Hey friends, welcome back to my kitchen. Today I'm going to be making some egg white crackers and chips, and these are made with my 2-ingredient carnivore crepes that I did a video on a while back, as well as my DIY egg life wraps that I did another video on a while back. I just kind of stumbled on this recipe when I started experimenting with gelatin in different recipes as a replacement for xanthan gum. So I found that egg whites plus gelatin made an excellent wrap or crepe that held together really well, and still had some structure, tasted really good, but still like very low fat, very high protein, pretty much 100% protein, and of course, nearly zero carbs. So it's been an excellent addition to my diet, and I've been having fun experimenting with different ways to use it. I made some noodles out of it to do chicken noodle soup. That was really good. I've also been doing some like noodle stir fries with them, cut up into strips like noodles. I did some egg rolls where I used the thin crepes and rolled up my fillings and fried them. Oh my gosh, those were really good. So there's so much versatility with this recipe, and I'm just loving how incredibly simple and animal-based this recipe is. It's so incredibly simple that a lot of people with different dietary needs can find use with it. So I'm really excited. And this recipe that I'm going to be doing, I'm actually going to be doing two versions. I'm going to call one crackers and I'm going to call one chips, but you could call either of them crackers or either of them chips. I'm going to do a baked version. I'm going to call those crackers, and I'm going to do a fried version and I'm going to call those chips. I also went ahead and made a batch. I made a quadruple batch of each of my types of wraps. So these are the DIY egg life wraps that are made with egg white powder, gelatin and water, and a little bit of salt. And they are more like a tortilla. They're a little bit thicker, and they just kind of turned out a little bit more like a tortilla, and they're very similar to the egg life wraps that you can buy at the store. And then I have another quadruple batch of my crepes. And these ones are the 2-ingredient ones. That's just egg whites and gelatin. I did add salt, so 3 ingredients on this one. But they're a little bit thinner, a little bit floppier. And I'm gonna do a batch of crackers and a batch of chips with both, so you can kind of see how they both turn out. They do turn out pretty differently in my experiments that I've done so far, so you can kind of see which one you like better. The first thing I'm going to do is go preheat my oven to 250 degrees. I found that cooking these at a lower temperature for a longer period of time just help them cook more evenly. You can like bump up the temperature and cook them less time, but you have to watch them really carefully because they can burn very fast. Bake and all the way down to 250. I have a silicone mat on my cookie sheet, and that's what I'm going to be using for baking. I think what I'm going to do with the wraps is I'm going to cut the edges off, and that'll give me a nice square in the middle. And then I'm going to cut the square in the middle into smaller squares, and those are going to be the crackers. And I'm going to use the edges as the chips, and those will be the ones that I fry on the stove. I ended up using only about half of the crepes that I had pre-made, so that would be about 2 recipes of each kind. Here are my crackers all cut up. These ones on this side are the fresh egg white crepe version, and on this side are the egg white powder version, and I have the extras all cut up here for the chips. So I have been spraying with a little bit of avocado oil, and you don't have to do that. You can still dry them out till they're crispy without the avocado oil. I think it does help with not having them be as dry. Like when you're just eating plain egg whites dried out till crispy, it can, kind of be a little bit choky. And so having that little bit of fat kind of helps with that. And then also the spray of avocado oil just helps with any seasonings that you want to stick. Of course, when you make the wraps, you can make them with seasoning mixed in, and that's a great way to do it. You do have to use more seasoning that way because the flavor will be blunted because it's mixed in and it doesn't just hit your tongue like seasoning that's on the top of the cracker. But the seasonings that you can add or top the crackers and chips with is, endless. Here's just a few ideas. Everything but the bagel seasoning. Just salt and pepper would be really good for a salt and pepper cracker. The Pork King Good seasonings, any of their seasonings would be amazing. Renee's favorite is ranch, so she would love some ranch crackers. Sea salt and vinegar, if you want to get like a salt and vinegar chip type thing going on, that would be delicious. Redmond seasoned salt, flake salt. This is cheese powder, cheddar cheese powder, if you want to make some kind of Cheez-It type cracker. There's so many things. You could do the caraway seeds to make like a rye cracker, have that with like tuna salad or something. It would be delicious. Really, there's no end to the types of seasonings that you could use on these crackers. But I'm going to go ahead and spray these with the oil, and then I'm thinking maybe I'll do some with everything but the bagel and some with the salt and vinegar. Oh, but this looks good too. I might just put a few different seasonings on so that I can have a variety. And you could totally flip these and do both sides, but I think I'm just going to keep it simple and do the one side. All right, I'll try to do a third with everything but the bagel seasoning. And about a third with the salt and vinegar seasoning. We'll see what salt and vinegar plus everything but the bagel is like. A mashup. And then we'll do a few over here with the seasoned salt. I love the Redmond seasoned salt. It is just delicious on nearly everything. These are ready to go into the oven, 250 degrees, and these are something that you're gonna wanna watch. Since I do have the temperature of the oven pretty low, you don't have to be hyper vigilant about it. They just kind of go until they're completely dried out. And I have found that that takes around an hour. There is, variability in the thickness between the different, like the edge pieces are a little thinner than the middle pieces. So you will want to try to like pull ones off that are done and then let the other ones cook until they're all finished. So obviously the fried chip version is going to be a lot higher in fat. So it's going to be for like a regular keto day where you're wanting a fair amount of fat. The crackers are very low fat, so they could be for a lean day or a protein sparing modified fast day. But the fried version of these crackers or chips is really, really tasty. So it is something fun, just for a regular day where you're wanting a lot of fat. You need some kind of a cooking oil or cooking fat. I happen to have a whole bunch of bacon grease, so that is what I'm going to be using. I have used avocado oil, and I've also used ghee, and I've used a combination of the two before, and they all work great. You just want to have enough fat or oil to cover the bottom of the pan and give you maybe like a quarter of an inch coating on the bottom of the pan. If you do have a deep fryer, this would work great in a deep fryer as well. I'm just gonna let it heat up and let the bacon fat melt, and I'll probably turn it down to about medium for when I'm frying, because the egg whites do cook, they can get pretty crispy pretty fast. So I don't want a super high temperature on the oil or the fat. I'm turning the temp down to medium now, and I'm going to test to see if the oil's hot enough. Yep, so as soon as you put your chip in there, it should start bubbling like that. If it doesn't, it's not quite hot enough yet. So I'm just going to layer these in a single layer, and this is the part that just gets monotonous. You just go one batch at a time until they're done. These thin ones are cooking really fast and they can get overdone easily, so just be ready to turn quickly. and just keep the heat at a little bit lower level. I'm turning it just a little bit lower than medium right now. See how we go. And I have my paper towel lined plate to put them on to drain. So depending on the thickness, it's taking like 30 seconds or so, maybe a little longer for the thicker ones before I'm turning them. And you can always turn them a couple of times. So if you turn it and then it wasn't quite cooked enough, you can turn it again. Just trying to have that balance of being cooked to crispy, but not overcooked. These super thin ones actually remind me of potato chips the most. The thicker ones more like tortilla chips, but the thin ones, like this one, it's like a potato chip. Doesn't that even look like a potato chip? It's so crazy. I was thinking you could make like little mini crepes, little circles that are like potato chip size, and you could totally make a knockoff potato chip. So just listen to how these sound. The aesthetic of them is so very, very satisfying. And you probably saw I sprinkled with salt after they came out of the oil, because that's obviously when the salt is going to stick the best. And you could do the same with any seasoning, but you'd want to do it pretty quick after you take it out of the oil so that the seasoning sticks pretty well. Let me just give one of these a taste test here. Thin and crispy. The crispiness of the fried version can't be beat. It is very, very good. You do get that little bit of a taste of like if you have a crispy fried egg, you know, the crispy parts, it has a very distinct taste to it. You can totally taste it with these chips. So if that's not something that you like, you may not enjoy these, but I know a lot of people like crispy fried eggs, and that's not a turn off. And it's also really easy to mask that with, you know, a dip or something. I would definitely recommend using these with a dip or with, you know, lots of seasoning. They don't have a lot of flavor in and of themselves. So you really do want to have some kind of a flavoring or a dip to go with them. They are perfect for that. The other thing that these would be great for, and I want to do this soon, is make tortilla strips for like a tortilla soup, because you could cut these in little bitty strips and then you could sprinkle them on your tortilla soup. I was thinking that would be a great one for my soup and bread of the week video. You could also use these like wonton strips, like on a Chinese chicken salad or something like that. Just cut them into like the noodle shapes like I did in my chicken noodle soup recipe video, and then you could fry those in the oil and you'd get like a crispy noodle. I think that would be delicious, and I'm definitely going to be trying that at some point soon. All right, now I'm going to do these ones, and these ones are definitely thicker, so they will take longer to cook. And when I was experimenting, I liked the 2-ingredient fresh egg white version better. I thought it just was thinner and it made like a crispier, more potato-y chip type chip, but these ones didn't turn out bad either. So I'm going to go ahead and cook those up and show you what they look like. Here is how the egg white powder version turned out. You can see that they like puff up a lot more and get some big bubbles in them. And because of that, it's harder to get them evenly browned. You can see this first batch, I tried to get them more browned, but they got burnt. But what these remind me of is pita chips. Since they have that big puffiness to them. Just doesn't that look like a pita chip to you? So it's definitely a different consistency and different texture from the crepe version, the fresh egg white version. And they're both good. I think I prefer these because they're a little easier to cook. They cook quickly, they cook more evenly, and I love the crisp. But I could see these being used just in a different way, just because they have that little bit different of a texture. I was thinking that these kind of look like beignets or something. They're not doughy on the inside like a donut, but they kind of just gave me that idea of like a elephant ear or something. If you sprinkled this with cinnamon and allulose or some kind of sweetener, you could get like a churro or a elephant ear type dessert. I thought it would be actually really good. So these they don't brown like in the center because they puff up so much, but you can see they do still get crispy. Like it's not doughy or bendy. It's still very crispy. So when you cook them, just don't try to get them all evenly brown. The center oftentimes will not brown, but it's still going to work. And you see how thick that is? It just looks like a pita chip to me. Let me give you a little crunch on this one. Doesn't have quite the level of crisp as these ones, just because these are thinner, I think. But they're still really good. If there was some kind of a keto hummus, these would be great with a keto hummus, and it would be like totally like pita chips. Okay, these crackers have been in the oven for 45 minutes, so I'm pulling them out to check on them. This one still has some bend to it, so the white part is still bendy. You want it to be really, like this one obviously is ready to go. So I'm going to pull off the ones that are obviously done and let the other ones cook. This one still has bend to it. See, that's how you want it. You want it just to crack like that. These ones are pretty done too. So the ones made with egg white powder, they really just don't brown as much as the ones made with fresh egg whites. And so they can get completely dry and still be pretty white. And they kind of remind me of a rice cracker or something like that. So actually a lot of these Egg Life wrap ones are done. There's just a few of these that are still a little bendy. So really most of them were done at 45 minutes. I was thinking that the egg white powder ones would take longer to cook, but they really didn't on this batch. So again, the ones made with the egg white powder are going to be thicker and they're not going to be as brown as the ones made with the fresh egg whites. But they all have a really nice crisp to them, even though they haven't been deep fried, just that little bit of oil. And even if you don't use the spray oil, you can still get a nice dehydrated crispiness to the cracker. There's a crack on that one. These ones just really remind me of rice crackers, especially with that light color. But the crisp is nice like a rice cracker for sure. The everything but the bagel seasoning ones are my favorite. So I think after this experimentation, if I'm going to do crackers in the oven, I'm going to use the egg white powder version of the wraps. And if I'm going to fry them, I'm going to use the fresh egg white version of the wraps. For whatever reason, I like these ones better as crackers and I like these ones better as chips. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that video was helpful in giving you some ideas of more things you can do with the Egg Life, the DIY Egg Life wraps, and the carnivore 2-ingredient crepes. Let me know what your favorite keto dips are, because I think I'm going to be needing to make some, or buy some, I suppose, because of all of these delicious crunchy things. I'm going to need some good dips. Let me know that down in the comments. I hope you guys are all doing great, and I will see you again in another video.